Attack on Titan has been a decade-spanning and also decade-defining anime spanning over 6 separate parts with 4 different seasons, a total of 87 episodes, and what felt like an eternity for it to get to the finale. But here we are, 1 day away, and I'm thinking, man, oh man, how have I made it from the beginning all the way to the end? Still here, still loving this anime, and thinking to myself, how did it not get spoiled for me? Having some of the most amazing plot twists and having some of the most intricate characters and dynamic characters, having dark themes that really, really make you question what it is to be a human, what it is to be a person. What does freedom mean? What does loyalty mean? What, like, all these different questions, and it's possibly bringing the most out of every single person. And I cannot tell you how many people I ran into that say, oh man, Eren Yeager's evil. Oh man, Eren Yeager's the greatest. I would do exactly what he did. But you know what nobody says? Eren Yeager's boring. Attack on Titan is boring. Attack on Titan starts off in a very, very grim world where we seemingly think that the world or humanity has ended and the rest of humanity has now huddled itself within these 3 separate walls. And one day they see a giant colossal titan and also a giant armored titan. And these guys permanently destroy the course of these people's lives. And they allow the Titans to move in. Through the following seasons, we're introduced to conspiracy after conspiracy. We always get the feeling that nothing is the way it seems. Everything looks like it has an ulterior motive. We don't know what anybody's ever thinking except for Sasha. She always wanted the meat, which I can only imagine she wanted all the side characters that we possibly ever seen in this show. Each one of them felt fully thought out. Each one of the plot points carefully connected from the beginning all the way to the end. From the very first episode, the one that was called To You in 2,000 Years, The Fall of Shiganshina, all the way to season 4, From You 2,000 years ago. The author of the manga, Hajime Isayama, has to be one of the greatest, all-time greatest writers, along with Homer, Shakespeare, and then comes Hajime Ishiyama. This guy has crafted some of the best storylines I've ever seen. This isn't why Attack on Titan is the greatest. This isn't what makes Attack on Titan the best. This is how I almost lost interest and how I almost gave up and just read the manga like almost all of my friends did, with the exception of one. With the first season taking 25 episodes and going from April 3rd, with the first season spanning 25 episodes, and the second season 4 years later from the very first season, where it takes 25 episodes all the way back in 2013, we were left on a very big cliffhanger of seeing big-ass titans in the walls that were meant to protect humanity. And we know, oh shit, maybe something's up with this. And it took us 4 years later to see what in fact happened. And then on top of that, we waited another year for some more content, which we got, we got 22 episodes. But the following bit of getting 30 episodes over a 3-year period, stopping and going, getting reintroduced to characters and forgetting about their motivations, and having to rewatch time after time after time after time after time after time. I mean, I personally don't mind rewatching Attack on Titan. One of my favorite animes of all time. Why wouldn't I mind it? But here's my issue, is why it took so long for me to actually get into this. Because I was such a big fan of Wit Studio, I was very skeptical of whether Mappa could actually do this right. And Mappa at the time was only known for Jujutsu Kaisen and several other anime, and we were kind of thinking like, oh, are they going to do it right? It turns out they knocked it out of the park. They did an amazing job by making us feel like, holy shit, these guys took it up a whole other level. Now breathing life into the meme that whenever Mappa makes an anime, it's automatically a classic. And all the Mappa fanboys, me included, love everything that Mappa puts out. But Mappa needed time in order to animate it. And Mappa has a lot of animes they started to make. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga, the list goes on. And they do really good work with those others. And I understand with a show like Attack on Titan, you gotta do it right. And 100%, I'm right there with you. You gotta make sure that the top quality is made for one of the best animes of all time. Not just in terms of the animation, but in terms of the sound direction, in terms of the sequences, and in terms of anything you might want to change and adapt from the manga all the way to the anime. In between each one, I forgot kind of what happened a little bit. I had to play a little bit of a catch-up game where I would have to go back and remember the small little details, because the good thing about Attack on Titan is that every little detail will be connected later on, and it's fantastic for that reason. But the entire time that I am watching it, I am dodging manga spoilers left, right, and center. Everybody asked me the question, oh, you didn't read the manga? You didn't see whatever thing that they're about to say? Seemingly and surprisingly, I caught myself at each turn, and I avoided Twitter, and I avoided Instagram, and I avoided IGN, and I avoided every one of my favorite YouTubers. And I'm here 1 day out, and I finally am going to throw away my phone. I'm going to chuck everything away, all the bit of technology that I have. I'm going to upload this video, edit it, get it out of the way, and then just watch Attack on Titan. Then you guys can spoil whatever you want. For the past 4 years, I've been hearing, oh, the manga is not that good. The manga is not that good. You know what? That's good for you. When I finally watch this last episode of the anime, when I finally see what you guys are talking about, then I can contribute. But until that point, I hope you guys have felt this like magical arrogance and magical self-fulfillment that you guys think you have when you read something before someone else and you feel the need to say every little spoiler. I just want you guys to know that it's done. That I'm right here, and I didn't give up, and I didn't read the manga, and I gave in to Mappa, and I said, you know what? You guys have the full keys to make this the best possible thing that you can or cannot do. I understand, but at least the manga spoilers won't spoil it for me anymore, and I finally get to join everyone on the conversation and say, damn, that was either good, bad, or ugly, but at least I can say that I avoided it for the past decade. Nothing was spoiled for me, and I am so happy about that. Now, if you guys feel the same way I felt about this, then you guys are probably going to want to know, what did he think of the final episode? And I'm going to tell you how you can find out what I said about the final episode by hitting that subscribe button. I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to read them afterwards, and I'm going to also put them in the next video, so if you guys want to put that there, I appreciate it. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Isayama. Shout out to Mappa. Shout out to Wit Studio. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to you guys.